Hey guys, this is Otaku Oniel here and welcome to my forge. So at this stage of my project for the perfect grade Gundam 00 Exia, I've already custom painted the inner frame parts for the legs, feet, head, as well as the parts for the action base. The most amazing thing about this kit are the Bandai LED lights, and these are fantastic. These alone cost me at least $100, and there's a reason for that. The different colored lighting effects that can be made at the touch of a button. Also, installing this LED unit is relatively easy. You just need a good pair of tweezers to tuck in and secure the wires in those tight, small areas inside those model pieces to make sure that the connections do not strip or break once you seal and clamp everything shut. Now, as far as the video content I've edited for this video, I wasn't able to include the footage from when I pieced together the main torso, so I do apologize for that, guys. So for priming the inner frame parts, I used the Mr. Finishing Surfacer Black Primer Spray Coat because I've learned from past experience that using this will better refract the surface of any metallic colors that you use. But you can also use a Tamiya light gray or white surface primer and still get equally great results when applying any metallic colors as your base coat. One important tip, when spraying these parts with a primer, you don't want to oversaturate any areas. Just get as much primer on the surface as possible, not too close or too far when spraying. 3 to 4 inches would be safe. You want these pieces to dry completely within 20 minutes after applying the primer. And of course, shake the spray can really good for about 60 seconds before you begin spraying these model pieces. Another important thing I forgot to mention are the alligator clips to clamp these model pieces on. So be sure to do this before you prime these model pieces. You can purchase alligator clips online, or you could just visit any craft store like Hobby Lobby or Michael's Arts and Crafts. Once those prime pieces are completely dry, you can apply a nice spray coat of the Tamiya Gunmetal color base. This is optional, you don't have to do this because these model pieces come pre-painted anyway. But for the artist in me, I always choose to go above and beyond in making my model pieces look as epic and realistic as possible. And in the case of this endoskeleton inner frame, I think that the gunmetal base will improve the overall look and really get those detailed areas and accents to really pop out. Same thing goes for the action base, an armature that holds the model in a stationary pose. Originally, I was going to airbrush paint the action base in a flat neutral gray color along with a pre-shading technique because I wanted it to better complement the massive Gundam hanger mechanical action base I planned to paint and build later on this summer. But I thought twice about it and decided that a simple metallic lacquer base coat would look more epic for both this perfect grade Gundam and the diorama hanger base. Regarding the instructions on how to piece together the legs and feet, if you're going to include the LED unit to this kit like I did, be sure to refer to both instruction manuals. I know that it's a lot of information and it's a little overwhelming, but if you're meticulously precarious like I am, you won't make any mistakes for properly installing this LED unit or forget to add any important pieces like the rubber PC joints. The articulations are equally important. You want to be able to pose this inner frame along the knees, thighs, ankles, shoulders, elbows, neck, and wrists. Lightly sand and smooth the connecting peg pieces if you need to as a backup with a good set of filers. Just be sure not to go too rough or overdo the sanding, otherwise the connecting parts will be too loose to where they'll end up falling off. And just as a backup, use a good pair of tweezers to secure those connecting LED wires in all the tight spots inside the model pieces so there won't be any risk of anything stripping or breaking. So far so good, the LED unit is holding up very nicely. I always check the LEDs periodically while piecing together the inner frame that houses it. The round clear pieces for the GN capacitors are really nice because there are 2 types of stickers that you have to apply to the clear parts in order to get the right lighting effect after you fire up the LED unit. You have the clear black stickers and the foil stickers that go on top. I love that attention to detail for this perfect grade kit. After that, you piece together the knee area where the GN capacitors are, and installing the LED inside is very straightforward and easy. just make sure that you funnel the LED wire through the knee joint into the upper leg. Now this next part was a little tricky for me when I added the rubber PC joints to the connecting pegs to the legs. They were way too tight to fit, so I had to sand and smooth those connecting pegs a lot. But I took baby steps and made sure that nothing ended up too loose. And just a friendly tip, when you piece together the upper leg while installing the LED inside, add the rubber piece to the connecting peg first. I also used a good pair of precision pliers to clamp the inner frame pieces shut. Sometimes I can't do it with my bare hands, so the precision pliers are a good solution. Awesome, dude. Everything progressing very well. The LED unit is still up and running, and we're halfway done with the leg units. So the lower legs and feet are very easy and straightforward. All you do is piece together everything together along with that large clear blue piece that amplifies the bottom LED from inside the knee. After that, of course, connect the feet through the ankle peg piece, and that should do it for the lower leg. Now, connecting the lower leg to the upper leg is pretty easy. You just simply lock in the clear square peg piece through the hole below the knee, just like a keystone. And that should be it for the entire leg unit. This inner frame overall is coming along very well. I like the solid feel of this thing, nothing feels loose. The ankles and feet are nice and tight around the joints. I can easily stand this thing on its own and not worry about it tipping or falling over, so there's no issues with the weight distribution. Now, as far as the inner frame for the head, you just have to be sure to piece it all together in the right order. There are some foil stickers that you have to add to the clear pieces, but the only ones that I think are necessary are the foil stickers for the clear parts that go onto the sides of the head. That way you'll get a stronger lighting effect in those areas, not just for the front, top, and back. Also, when you install the LED unit for the head, be sure to tuck the connecting wires inside the back of the head before you seal everything shut. And of course, keep checking the LED unit periodically while piecing together the inner frame to make sure that everything still works, just as a precaution. I ended up having to take apart the head twice because I forgot to do those things. Seriously, this Perfect Grade kit is a masterpiece and a joy to work on. This is actually my very first Perfect Grade model kit, so I'm very excited to build this thing. Once I get the entire inner frame and action base done, things will really start to get interesting for this project when I begin airbrush painting the outer armor pieces and of course the weapons. Alright, ladies and gents, that about does it for part 2 of this amazing custom build for this Perfect Grade Gundam 00 Exia. But be sure to stay tuned for my next video as I'll be building the remaining upper body parts for the inner frame as well as the action base. If you like my video content, please be sure to post and share your thoughts and comments down below. Smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks again for watching everyone, and I will see you on the next video.